Hi, let's take a look at some revision topics for the Number and Measure Award Level 1. So first, let's have a quick look at some questions to do with clocks and time. So we'll have, first of all, a look at the question on the left. So we have a clock and we need to say what the time is. So we can see that the hour hand, which is the shorter hand, is pointing just past the 1. The minute hand, which is the longer hand, is pointing at the 5. So to say what that is in minutes, we need to count round in 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I can say that the time is 1:25. However, you may have noticed at the top, I've written that it's afternoon. So if it's in the afternoon, I should write PM after it. Often if this is included, the word morning or afternoon might be in bold, so do just read the question carefully, don't drop a mark there. We could also, if we chose to, write this in the 24-hour clock, and for the 24-hour clock we would add 12 to the number of hours, making this 13:25. So I've got a choice, I can either write 1:25 PM or 13:25. On the right hand side we have another clock question. This time it tells us that the time is 7:15 and we need to draw the hands on the clock to represent this time. So firstly, if it's 7:15, it's not quite 7 o'clock. So the hour hand, the shorter hand, is going to be not quite pointing at the 7. It's going to be in between the 6 and the 7, but closer to 7. So do not do that shorthand pointing exactly at the 7. It's got to be a little bit before that. Now, if it's 7:15, so that's 6:45 is another way of thinking of that. So again, there's different ways of doing this, but you might want to just think of this as, again, go around in your 5 times tables. Multiples of 5, I should say. Okay, and when we get to 45, that's where the minute hand is going to point, so that's the longer hand. So you need to make it clear which is your short and which is your long hand. Don't make those lines for the hands too similar in length. The other way of thinking of quarter to and quarter past is just literally to divide that circle for the clock face up into 4 and go, okay, well that's a quarter past, and quarter to is going to be on the other side. Okay, so that's another way of thinking of it. Let's have a look at a question to do with mileage chart. So this might be in miles, but it might be in kilometres. If I'm perfectly honest, we don't really need this line up here on the table or this line down here. I just didn't have time to get rid of it. But it wants me to work out the distance, first of all, in part A of this question, between place B and place E. So to do this, I would just go down the column for place B, I would go across the column for place E, and I'll look, where do those two lines intersect? And they intersect at the 25, so the distance here is going to be 25 miles. In part B, it's got a multi-stage journey, so I need to go from A to B, from B to D, and then back from D to C. So let's do this in stages. So from place A to place B, I'm going down from A, across from B, I can see that is 5 miles. From B to D, well, I've already got this line on B. If I go across from D till they intersect, I can see that that's 13. From D to C, so I'm going to have lines meeting there from D and C, and I can see that that is at 7. So if I then add these distances up to get the total journey distance, that's going to be 25. And I can put the units in, whether that's miles or kilometres, whatever it happens to be. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you found that useful, and good luck.